With ASAP Rocky's Don't Be Dumb album slated to hopefully drop by next week as of me recording this video, I decided to reflect on his last project that was overhated and possibly is now considered his most underrated project at the time, and that's Testing, his 2018 album. Yeah, I wanted to talk about this today because even to this day, when this first came out, I never understood the hate as to why this project got heavily bashed upon. And look, I mean, the comments about why Testing was not an album that lived up to its last album, his 2015 album, At Long Last ASAP, really does make a lot of sense, obviously. And when you look back to his last two projects back to that point with Long Live ASAP and Live Love ASAP, those projects in its own right are also really strong, have their own respectable cultural fan base, and obviously they're big influences since their releases. And Testing, while this project may not have lived up to those his first three projects alone, I think Testing, in my view, was A$AP Rocky clearly trying to test sounds, test different styles, different techniques, etc. Maybe trying out something a little bit different out of his norm that we come to know and love from A$AP Rocky's first three projects. And look, I get that there are some people that to this day have stated that this is A$AP Rocky's weakest project if we were to compare his discography up until Testing. And unfortunately, I myself will be included in that category where, yeah, Testing is not his best project. It's not going to live up to his 2015 album, nor is it going to live up to his debut mixtape. But Testing, at least to me, has and always will be his most respectable attempt at trying something different. Because again, if you know where A$AP Rocky was during this time period of his life, like he was going through like a massive musical transitional change, especially with the unfortunate passing of ASAP Yams back in 2015. And for everyone hoping that ASAP was going to try and like stick to the sound that he was used to, he at least tried something new and different. Plus, I guess I'll even shout like some of the songs off here. Almost every one of these songs here on this album is still like I think it holds up really well. There's some songs that, in my view, could probably go maybe toe to toe with some of A$AP Rocky's first three projects, and I don't say that lightly. So, I mean, just to like hit like the strongest songs off the album right off the bat, I'll say this right here right now. I think the best songs off of this project will be the following: Tony Tone, Praise the Lord featuring Skepta, Buckshots, which I think is the best song off the album, hands down. Guns Are Better featuring Juicy J, which is another contender for best song off the album. OG Beeper, which is such a small, simple banger. Kids Turn Out Fine, which has like a little subtle Tyler the Creator feature in the mix if you hear the song really carefully. Hun 430 is really good. Changes is honestly a pretty underrated track for A$AP Rocky. Really low key track, but it really just showcases like which A$AP Rocky was going through at the time. Same with Purity featuring a Frank Ocean feature and a Lauren Hill sample, which again, Changes and Purity easily are the most underrated songs off of this project. And then of course, again, there's more of the songs I could like talk about here and there, but again, this is a debate that's been going on even to this day, even up until the final lead up to this "Don't Be Dumb" rollout. That again, I think that Testing at the time, to just wrap this up, is that I think it was overhated. I think that this project didn't deserve a lot of like the negative reception that it got at the time, because while again, I know that this isn't going to live up um to Pesos or a song from ASAP's debut album, right? Or God knows what. Or this album is gonna love to like other hip hop projects out there. I think that for me, this was like ASAP Rocky like trying something out a little bit different, and I feel like as a result of the negative reception that this album got when it first came out from his general fan base, I think that also will explain why his album "Don't Be Dumb" got pushed back so much to the point that we're finally going to see a new A$AP Rocky album almost 10 years later, with it coming out next week. So again, Testing. It's an overhated project. I think that this is a project that's worth checking out. Is this my favorite A$AP Rocky album of the albums that we have right now? Of course not, but I respect the vision of it, and I still do to this day when it first came out. And I want to simply talk about it a bit. So, yeah, if you ever listened to ASAP Rocky's testing, or if you hated it back then, please go give it a shot and please re listen to it. And that's it. I'll see you on the next one. Later.